Welcome back to AM Northwest. Our next guest just returned from a 2-month solo trip to Europe to celebrate turning 50. And that trip was life-changing. Here to share some lessons she learned, we welcome back the author of several books, including Hustle, Believe, Receive, Master Life Coach Sarah Centrella. Great to see you again, Sarah.
Oh, Helen, so good to see you.
So let's talk about that book.
Yeah.
It's Hustle, Believe, Receive. That book actually brought you together with some people on your solo trip in Italy out of the blue.
Oh my gosh, it was the most incredible story. First of all, I had planned my whole trip except for the last week. And the last week, for whatever reason, I was kind of procrastinating. I didn't quite know what I wanted to do with that time and just thought, it'll work itself out.
Yeah, leave it open.
You know, some way it'll work itself out.
Sure.
So about 2 weeks before the end of my trip, so about a week before that, I get a DM from somebody who says, hey, I'm reading your book, Hustle, Believe, Receive. I found it in a library in my tiny town in Sicily. There was only 5,000 residents in this little tiny town.
Wow.
This very small Italian library with no other English books. And she's like, I found your book, I'm reading it. You inspired me, so I thought I'd reach out to you and say, is there any chance you want to come visit me? We have a rental, I'm happy to let you stay in it.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, if ever you want to come, kind of open invitation. And I was like, wait, you found my book in Italy?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
And Italy is my place, so the kind
when you
of
say your place, it's what you love, it's your passion.
6 times I've been there.
Wow.
I've been taking women there for the last like 4 or 5 years, and so it's of any place for it to have landed in a random library. It just felt really serendipitous. So
meant to be.
Yeah, so I said, okay, sure, I'll come. I didn't know anything more than that. I'd never seen a picture of the place. I didn't have anything, but I didn't have address because it's in the country. So I just, at night, fly in and get in the car and drive an hour and a half into the wilderness to meet this couple.
And you made great friends and had an incredible time.
It was so, it was the most magical thing ever. It's kind of hard to explain. And Sarah is her name actually as well. Sarah and her husband Andy were just amazing. They welcomed me. Then they introduced me to everyone in the town. I got to meet like the former mayor. We went into the library.
Wow.
And signed the book. And we were able to actually on the spot find out who donated it. The mayor called her. She came down, and everyone was crying.
Wow,
it was
that's great.
whole thing, and the news in Italy has picked it up, and it was just really special.
So let's talk then about the lessons you learned, and one is gotta be from that experience. Leave yourself time. Leave some open time to experience the magic.
Absolutely, and also say yes. I think that was one of the biggest things that I left, just promising myself that I would be open. Yeah. And I would say yes to pretty much anything that anyone asked me to do. That was kind of something that I wouldn't normally do back home and wanted to open up to. So I think being open to opportunities, saying yes, putting yourself outside of your comfort zone, allows magic to happen in a way that we just don't really experience a lot of times at home. And on the trip, I met so many incredible people who I'll be connected with for a really long time. So I think be open to not just meeting people, but to experiences, and they can come from places you just never could have predicted.
Okay, so that's one lesson, be open to meeting people and say yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Another one was really just learning how to trust my gut in a whole new way and trust my intuition. I think every day that kind of came up in different ways. Because there's, we all have all these voices in our head. We've talked about it before here on the show. And so I think just really leaning into how to separate that, how to know when I was safe, when I felt like maybe I wasn't safe traveling alone. Right. And so that one came out clearly. Another one that came almost every single day is stop worrying about the middle. The end always works out. And it just kept showing up over and over again. Like everything always works out in the end. So what if we just stop spending so much time stressing about the middle and just were present instead and enjoyed it?
Did you ever find out who, you said you found the person who donated?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Melissa, she was actually an American, and she had bought the book in 2017 and read it on a flight from New York to Italy, and then
she must have found it at an airport bookstore.
Yeah, she found it at the airport bookstore. So it just, that story was really incredible. She had been doing all the homework. She had manifested a bunch of stuff in her life.
She did what you say in the book.
Absolutely. And then she decided to donate it because it had impacted her a lot. She knew there was more English speakers kind of coming. to the town of Sambuca, which is where it was in Sicily. And so for Sarah to get it, and then so all of us were there, you know, all three of us women, and the librarian, who was really great too. Didn't speak any English, but she goes.
So she followed what you suggested in the book, and
Exactly.
she's living her life in Italy, which is incredible.
She's living her dream, and so was Sarah too. Sarah really, like, she had read one of the stories in the book where I had kind of done the same thing. I had reached out to one of the organ players so that my son could play football, and she was so inspired. So she's like, "Why don't I reach out to Sarah and see if she'll come?"
Yeah, there you go. I love
it. It was really a beautiful story of how much magic there still is in this world.
Absolutely. Follow your gut, your heart.
Both.
Both.
Always.
All right. The book again is titled Hustle, Believe, Receive. Sarah Centrella, great to see you again.
So good to see you.
All right. We'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.